What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with our NFL season predictions. As always, I have my boy Ethan joining me here to break down our NFC South predictions and what we think is going to happen for this year. But before we dive into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to be entered to our giveaway at 500 subscribers.
Yep, and we're really excited to talk about the best division in all football.
Yep,
So let's go.
best division you're going to see in all these videos. And we'll start it with the Atlanta Falcons going 6-11. And if this was golf, they'd have a pretty good record, but it's not. And I think that this team is going to get the wins against the teams they should be. And other than that, they'll compete against the teams, better than them. But I just don't see them pulling off any huge upsets or really just kind of hanging with the big dogs. And obviously, same for you. But they
Yeah.
lost Marcus Mariota was really kind of the only big piece they lost. They obviously brought in Bijan, which was a huge upgrade, but still question marks around that pick just because you had Tyler Algier last year, who was a 1,000-yard rusher as a rookie. So now you have, I guess, a two-headed workhorse in the backfield. Matt Collins, I think, is a very sneaky addition. He was decent for the Raiders. He just didn't get enough playing time. Then Bud Dupree, he's been good in his career, but he's just been team hopping. And then trading for Akuda actually from the Lions, but he's hurt right now, so that's a big injury for them. But this Falcons team, I just don't really see them making huge improvement from last year, even with Ritter at the helm.
Yeah, if you look at their schedule, there's a lot of games that are winnable. I just don't see them winning most of these games. A lot of them are like on the road, like at Tennessee around midseason. I haven't even losing to Arizona. I think that's Arizona's first win on their schedule out of my predictions. But yeah, I do like the rookie running back, Bijan Robinson, and I'm definitely taking him in this year's fantasy football draft. So besides that, I really don't think this Falcons offense is going to be very explosive with Ritter at the helm, and the defense is really going to have to get to the quarterback and make some plays happen if they're going to be any good this year.
Here we have the Carolina Panthers and another team we have falling under 500. I have them a lot closer than you do at 8-9, and I think their ceiling is right around this 9-8, maybe 10-7, just depending on how the division actually turns out. But Bryce Young, I think, is going to be great this year. He has Andy Dalton mentoring him, and Dalton, has been a great mentor for a lot of young quarterbacks so far in his time in the league. Justin Fields, even Dak Prescott, and who would they lose? Deonta Foreman and Sam Darnold. Not really big losses for them as they brought in Miles Sanders, Adam Thielen, DJ Chark, even Hayden Hurst. So they upgraded their offense because their defense was about a top 15, pretty average defense last year. Didn't really need too much to do, but the offense needed some work. And that's what they did with the number one pick. Yeah, they also brought in head coach Frank Wright from Indy, who, well, he's known to, kind of let it all out there and sling the ball around. So I think it's a good fit for Bryce Young in his first year, and we'll really see how he does. But I just don't think it's going to be enough for them to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, I have them going 6-11, and the games against New Orleans this year, I have them getting swept, and that could really be a changing point for me and be an 8-9 team, and maybe even win the division at 8-9. I don't think that's going to happen though, as I have them going 6-11. Just I do like the offensive pieces that they brought in. I just kind of don't know what to think, and I got to see it first. So 6-11 is just a safe pick. I do like Miles Sanders. I think he's gonna have a good year. Hopefully he stays healthy. Thielen, DJ Chark, they did get some weapons, so that's gonna be really exciting. See what our boy Bryce Young can.
And then we have the New Orleans Saints. Both of us have this team actually winning this division at 10-7. Uh,
Yeah.
the reason, simple, Derek Carr and the leading touchdown rusher from last year, Jamal Williams. And we know Kamara's suspended a few games, but when you have Jamal Williams in the backfield, you'll be okay. And Derek Carr is a complete 180 from what they've been used to the last 2-3 years with Jameis and kind of interchangeable quarterbacks. So they finally got someone that they know can run their system and complete it. And I think Derek Carr is probably one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the NFL right now. And if he takes this team to the playoffs, maybe even win one game and they get to the divisional round. I mean, who says this year wasn't a success for the Saints?
Yeah, totally agree. I think getting Derek Carr in that building is huge. Just to have a leader in there. They really haven't had a good quarterback, and that's been their main flaw. I feel like everything else they kind of do well. They have good receivers now that Mike Thomas is back. I know Chris Olave is going to have a huge year down there, so it's going to be exciting. I think the way they looked this preseason, if that's how they look going into week one and early in that season, they can build that momentum up, and I think they're going to win the division.
Then the last team in the division, well, last team, last place, right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers going 4-13 is what I have them, and you even worse. But look at what they lost there, and more or less it was the Tom Brady effect. I mean, I didn't even put Tom Brady on there because he retired, but it's just it kind of all adds up. And then Ryan Jensen, actually, you can throw him on the key departures. He's out for the year now with something in his knee. I can't remember what it was, but he's done. It just keeps piling up for the Bucks, and they have a pretty tough schedule. Obviously, they drew the NFC North this year, and then their division is kind of a crapshoot. But look, when you got games against Philly, at Minnesota, at Buffalo, at San Francisco, like the Jacksonville, like these are your games, the random games that you're drawing against right now, probably all playoff teams. I just can't see
Yeah.
how this team wins more than 4 games, if I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I might even move that down to 3-14 just because I think a lot is gonna go wrong for them.
Yeah, I think a lot's going to go wrong as well, as you can see. I mean, a 1-16 record is nothing to brag about. I don't really think like this happens once every 10 years. It feels like a team is this bad. I think there's a few teams this year that have a chance to be this bad, and this is one of them. Like you said, their schedule is just really a tough schedule. All their games, it seems like, are on the road. The ones that they drew, the good teams are always on the road. Uh, Obviously, the division sucks, so they could get some wins in there, but I just don't see it happening. Too many guys left and new stuff going around in Tampa, and your hometown team. I just don't see them any good this year.
Nope. And now you can see what we are. One division left. We got to break down here, but my playoffs already been determined. Just whoever wins the NFC West is going to be my last team from the NFC.
Yeah, and obviously no teams are making the playoffs besides the Saints, the division winners. So I have one more wild card spot, I believe. Yeah. Okay. So three wild cards. You're going to see three teams out of the West making the playoffs. And if you guess the three right teams, then I'm going to like your comment and reply to it. So,
Wow, man, that's such an honor.
all right.
And that's going to be it for our NFC South video. Make sure you guys hit that like button and comment below what you think Ethan is talking about. I don't know what he's, doing, but that's going to be it. Hit that subscribe button. Stay subscribed to the channel. I don't even know what to say anymore. This one's over.
All right. Thanks.